Certainly you'll feel it as you get up this morning. 6 o'clock on your Monday. I'd like to say good morning to everyone all over central Indiana this morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Julia along with Gina, who's in for Julia, and Chuck Lofton, and we are ready. We felt it when we came into work this morning, at 2:30, so we know the heat is on, right?
We've had those cooler temperatures the last week or so.
Right.
If you're not ready for it, it's like, here it is.
Yeah,
you ladies know, you all are Starbucks experts. Do they have a pumpkin spice like cold frappuccino?
They do. Starbucks said you can put pumpkin spice in anything.
Okay.
I got my first pumpkin spice, and I did get it iced over the weekend.
Nice.
Yes.
Good idea. It's going to be really hot the next few days. Of course, the big news today is Pearl Jam's in concert.
Yeah.
Sold out concert tonight at Ruoff, and brother, it's going to be hot. In fact, it's starting to warm up right now. Good morning to all of you this morning watching us in Shelbyville. We're at 67. In fact, 67 from Shelbyville to Greenfield. From Pendleton over to Carmel this morning. We're at 71 here. But you fighting Quakers in Plainfield at 67. It's 65 at IU. And let's hear it for IU. It's back to school today, huh? All right, go Hoosiers. 73 up in Lafayette and also at Ball State and Muncie this morning. Yes, it is going to be very warm. Just be prepared for it. It's actually going to be hotter tomorrow, but 80 degrees by 10 a.m., 90 by 2, and our high today, 93 degrees. You'll notice to our west, there's an area of rain and thunderstorms in Minnesota and the Central Plains. Here, we won't feel the effects of that much till Wednesday, but tomorrow will be this excessive heat watch that will go into effect at 11 o'clock. Again, this is during the day tomorrow. Now, because of that, weather impact days, both Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons, yes, the heat will be right around 95 degrees, but it's that heat index that will be from 100 to 110. So you'll need to prevent your heat-related illness by taking breaks and hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So that's coming up tomorrow. But this morning, we've had some issues in traffic. How are we now, Lindsay?
Well, we got some good news and a little bit of bad news.
Okay.
So we'll start with the good news first. That ramp has reopened. Had a couple cars involved in a crash here at that 12th Street ramp onto I-65 northbound, but the tow truck just left the scene. That has since cleared. The ramp is back open, so we're back in business there near the north split. Want to take you, though, over to the east side. Does look like we have perhaps a broken down semi or a semi that's been in a situation that has prevented it from continuing down the road. So there is a tow truck here on scene at I-70 westbound. So that's coming into the city near Cumberland Road. So that's in between that Mount Comfort and Post Road exits over on the east side of town. So that's kind of partially blocking that far left lane as well as the shoulder. We've got some emergency crews here on scene as that tow truck is working to remove that semi. However, it is causing a little bit of a slowdown, some stop and go traffic near Cumberland Road on I-70 West. Guys.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. So we're hoping you feel the warnings this morning. So as you're heading out the door, that heat, you will probably feel it right away.
But many in central Indiana, they're taking advantage of this. Anna Chalker is live with how some are staying cool or trying to stay cool this week. Anna.
Well, ladies, it's getting hotter by the second out here this morning, and we know by the end of the day, like Chuck and Lindsay have been saying, it's going to get even hotter, especially throughout the end of the week. And while you're heading out the door this morning, heading to work or school, you may want to go out tonight and really enjoy this weather, and that's what people were doing this weekend. I caught up with a few at Tarkington Park yesterday. They really took advantage of the splash pad and courts to enjoy their weekend. They did say it was a very hot afternoon, but are glad to be outside spending the last few weeks of summer with their neighbors.
It's beautiful out here today. It's hot, but sun's out, bright day. What better else is to be around family and having fun?
And if you have to be outside this week for a long period of time, make sure you take a lot of breaks, drink water, and put on your sunscreen. And now this heat stretch, it's coming at the end of summer, but it's also the beginning for a lot of high school sports coming up. I'll talk with IHSAA officials about what you need to do to make sure your athlete is safe, especially heading into those practices and games this week.
Okay, Anna, we'll talk to you then. Thank you.
Well, this morning we're hearing from the parents of a 4-year-old boy who died over the weekend after accidentally shooting himself last week.
The heartbreaking incident happened at a home near the state fairgrounds. Matthew Foltz is live this morning with more on how this family is coping. Just devastating, Matthew.
Good morning. It certainly is devastating. This family is heartbroken, and right now they tell us they're just leaving it all in God's hands. Their son, Corian Butts Jr., died on Saturday at the hospital after being there for nearly a week following that accidental shooting. Now their family is honoring his life. Yesterday afternoon, dozens of people gathered to release balloons in Corian's honor. Police said the incident happened last Sunday at a home near North Dearborn and North Keystone Avenue. Corian was later transported to the hospital in critical condition, where he later died. His family tells us that he was recently diagnosed with autism and was actually very smart.
He loved to teach himself, like he'll get on his tablet or something or phone and like look up all the dinosaurs. This one YouTube little show he be watching about dinosaurs because he loved dinosaurs.
We just want justice for our son.
Just take accountability, really. That's all it is to it.
And right now, Metro Police say they have not made any arrests in connection to this accidental shooting. However, police did detain 2 people at the scene. Right now, we're working to learn if any charges will be faced in this investigation. Meanwhile, coming up at 6 a.m., you'll hear more from one of Corian's uncles and how their relationship was as this family tries to process through this devastating pain. Ladies.
Thank you, Matthew. We'll see you then.
IMPD is investigating a homicide after a man was found with injuries early yesterday morning. This happened on the city's south side on Pagoda Drive near Garfield Park. Police tell us that's where the man died. Officers are not releasing a lot of information this morning about how this homicide happened, but they are asking anyone who may have been in that area and may have seen something to contact them right away.
Metro Police now have a person in custody this morning for a shooting that injured a woman and child.
Yeah, police tell us they found them in a home near 21st and Arlington just after midnight Saturday. Investigators believe the woman was holding the child at the time of that shooting. The woman is in stable condition this morning. We know the child was in critical condition when taken to the hospital, but we understand is now stable. Investigators say this began as a domestic dispute that escalated into shots being fired.
I understand people have problems, whether they're married or not, it doesn't matter, but it's still resorting to violence is not the answer.
The 21-year-old man arrested for this shooting is now facing 2 charges of attempted murder.
Family and friends came together to remember local restaurant owner George Nelson Sr. He was shot and killed right outside his restaurant on Wednesday night. Yesterday, there was a balloon release at Pa and Ma's Backyard Barbecue. Blue, white, and silver balloons were brought here, later filled the sky. Nelson's family says he had just opened that restaurant in the near northwest side earlier this year. Close to 100 people came out yesterday afternoon to remember him.
This is not just a restaurant. This is going to be a place for the community to benefit from and for the community to grow from.
Nelson's daughter called him a true and passionate protector. He was just 56 years old.
Well, 5 people are in the hospital this morning after Logansport police say they were electrocuted in a swimming pool. This happened at a home on High Street Road just after 2:30 yesterday afternoon. 2 adults and 3 children were hurt. So far, police haven't shared many details about what exactly happened, but they do say 2 of the kids were taken to different hospitals. Logansport police tell us they did not see any signs of criminal activity. Well, happening today, former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll is expected to change his plea in his criminal case.
He faces 31 felony charges, including counts of theft, tax evasion, corrupt business practices, ghost employment, and money laundering. The state police investigation began in June of 2023 following allegations that Knoll directed jail staff to work on his personal property and then run his personal errands.
Special Prosecutor Rick Hertel tells our sister station in Louisville that Knoll will be admitting guilt to crimes he's committed. Today's hearing is set for 11.
Okay, turning to sports, the Indiana Fever back in action tonight, playing in Atlanta to take on the Dream, and you can watch that game right here on Channel 13. You may remember the Fever beat the Dream in their last 2 matchups this season. Tip-off tonight is at 7:30, and right after that game, we'll have a special edition of 13 News with all the Fever highlights right here on Channel 13. And coming up around 6:50 this morning, our Dominic Miranda has a closer look at tonight's matchup in the Fever Minute.
Well, attacks in the Middle East between Israel and Hezbollah fighters. What the White House is now saying about the conflict there and the growing concern about an all-out war.
And the Hawaiian Islands misses a direct hit from Hurricane Hone. But there is still quite a bit of rain and flooding here. We'll have the latest from out west coming up. Chuck.
Storms in Hawaii is a heat here. We are tracking some very warm temperatures that are going to be coming through the next few days. 70 by 7 a.m., 84 by 11. And out at the airport right now, we've got some changes on the way with delays in Seattle and Orlando, but the hottest air of the summer moving in. Your forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Chuck. And WTHR is teaming up with the Red Cross to help save lives. It's the Knock Out the Need blood drive. It's happening August 28th and 29th. You see several locations in different cities around central Indiana here. We especially need donations on Thursday, the 29th. So we have all the information needed that you can book your time and appointment at WTHR.com/knockouttheneed. Coming up on 6:12, we'll be right back.